welcome to Noteworthy Podcast, our child literacy program for the summer, part of Chosen Pen's package. But we're so happy to have with us today our featured author, Miss am I pronouncing your name correctly? Trinity Bursey?
Bursey, yes.
Bursey, Trinity Bursey. And she is one of our featured authors today, and we are so happy to have her with us. She is, as her bio says, she's passionate and creative teachings, combine purpose and hope to encourage readers everywhere. She is a former UNC basketball player. We should hear some about that today, and also played overseas in the Czech Republic. She's an elementary school, both of those, and she loves to inspire those who are around her. She's had the honor of appearing on several TV appearances, including Book Media Tour of Charlotte, which featured 3 television interviews on NBC, CBS, and Fox affiliates in that city. So we are honored to have her as a featured person in our broadcast today. So we will go on and ask Miss Bursey to tell us a little bit about herself, other than things that I haven't already explained.
I was going to say, you pretty much summed me up.
Okay, so what else would you like for us to tell us about yourself and about your book?
I'd like to say that I'm so honored and I'm so excited to share my book. It's called The Little Piano. It's an awesome story. It really does encourage kids and us big kids alike.
Okay. Tell us what encouraged you or what made you write this particular book, and tell us a little bit about the book. The Little Piano is an interesting name just to hear it. So I'm excited to hear about it.
Right, so it was actually, yes, definitely. Definitely. It was actually one of my mentors who encouraged me. Her name was Miss Linda Amos. She encouraged me to write it. A lot of poetry, and I remember I was so excited to share with her what I had written. I thought it was so deep and impactful, and I shared it with her, and she was like, I wish you would write something for children. And I was like, oh, I prayed about it, and God just pretty much gave me the story, gave me the idea for the series and everything. And the story, Little Piano, follows the piano named Lyric, and she thinks she gets to travel the world and be famous in order to be loved and to fill the deep need she has in her. Like we all have a deep need within us. We think we try to fill it with fame, with notoriety, and relationships. But God can fulfill that deepest part of us. And so the instruments, they're only fulfilled when so she travels the world, she's famous, but after a while, fame takes its toll, and she's kind of like, it's something you feel your worst, or you like you're kind of discouraged, you'll just do whatever. Any music rough, and she's all scratched up, she can't play music anymore, she feels like she's no good. And that's when the master musician comes around, and he lets her know, you know what, I love you not because of what you can do, but because of who you are. So it teaches us that, we're loved. Our value goes way farther than what you can see in the surface, than our just talents and abilities. Like, we're loved at the core of who we are. We are loved. And so I want that message to really resonate with kids, and like I say, big kids too.
Okay, that's
we need to be reminded of that too.
Yes, that's awesome, because I'm doing a study right now on self-worth, and that I think ties right in with the story.
Oh yeah,
that I'm teaching
definitely.
with the adult women. So I'll have to get that book to make sure I share with
for sure
the young ladies, so that they can also learn about their self-worth and self-love. Not only their self-love, but God's love for them. Because once we realize how much God loves us, then the self-love should hopefully follow.
Exactly. And not only that, we can love others too. We understand that we're valuable, so then I can love you, I can love other people too, because I'm not threatened, because I know that I already, I'm already loved, I'm secure, I'm satisfied.
Right. And it's difficult to love others if you don't love yourself. The scripture says, we have to love our brothers as we love ourselves. So we need to learn
Exactly.
how to do that.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, well, that's exciting. I'm excited to read it. I have it ordered, so hopefully we'll get it soon and be able to read it
Yay.
and share with some of our youth. Um, and I think we're talking about what you want the students to get or readers to get from your book. And I think you've covered that so far. Is there something else you would like for them to learn other than self-love?
They can also learn about different instruments because there's all kinds of instruments in the story. So hopefully they can kind of, test their instrument knowledge and get to see all the fun and exciting, little drawings that are everywhere.
Oh,
And I'd also challenge readers to like try to find little hidden musical notes and like little musical, symbols within the book. It's pretty fun.
oh, okay. That's great. What's the age level? The reading level?
So the age level, so the reading level is about, I would say maybe like first, second grade. But as I was saying, it's really a book for any age. It would be a great read aloud for younger students as well. But the message I feel like really resonates with, a wide variety of ages.
Okay, because I'm thinking even it could be used in the music class as part of
Definitely.
a curriculum on music if it's something that interests kids, because they really don't like just
For
picking
sure.
up the instrument and having to identify it. So that may be a
Right.
very good way for them to learn that as well. I'll look at that when
Definitely.
I'm reading it. Okay, outstanding. And so you teach. Have you used this to teach in
I
either
do.
your classroom? Okay, so how do you add it into your curriculum?
So that's interesting. I love to present, and usually when I present, I'm a very active person. I love to get involved and engage and have like, games and activities. So I can't give all my secrets away, but I love to, I really love to engage my viewers and when I present, and it's so much fun. I really enjoy it. But I use it as a way to teach them, hey, you know what, that you're valuable, and you have to realize that it's people around you that can really let you see your worth, like your family, like friends that are really are there for you, that can see
Yes,
past just like
yes,
what you can do
yes.
for them, but they really care about who you are. So it can really go, it can be about God, it can be also about the true friends and family that you have in your life that really help to speak into that self-worth, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I feel like it's so important to pick your friends wisely.
I agree, and I think some of the children kind of get upset as we as adults and parents try to lead them or in that direction of choosing the best people to share in their lives. Although we know that there's some other reasons that they may need to be parts of other people's lives in order for some things that they've learned to teach to
That's
others.
true.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. What can parents use to do this? And then I don't forget, because I really want to know how you tied basketball into all of this.
Well, yeah. Well, basketball ties in because I'm an author and I also play basketball, so that's how it ties in. It has me on the connection. But I also like I can spin a basketball like on a pencil. And so I love like asking kids, do you think you can spin a basketball on a pencil like by yourself? And they're like, maybe. And I was like, what if I told you that you could do this? And so I'll start spinning it on a pencil, and then I'll hand it to the kids and they can spin it. I said, see, it's so important that you have people around you that can help you and encourage you, because if you have the right people around you, you can pretty much do anything. Maybe by yourself, you couldn't spin that basketball on a pencil, but if you know somebody who can, you can do it. It's so important to just make sure, like we are talking about, making those smart friendships, people that can help build you up, people that can help speak into you, because really the sky is the limit, when you have a vision and you have great people that surround you.
That's amazing. Okay. So do you play an instrument yourself?
I kind of dabble a little bit with like guitar, growing up, but I was always into sports. So I was more like, running out the door, playing, sports, whatever that may be. But I do like playing a little bit of guitar. I love music, obviously. I dabble with piano. I can't say I'm a professional, but I love music.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, yeah, you're right. I don't know how you could possibly do too much music if you didn't love music. Okay, I'm really excited about that. And the more I hear from you, the more I'm excited about reading the book. And are there any activities within the book itself that
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. If they actually go to my website, it's called Little Instrumentals. That's the actual name of the series. And shameless plug, book 2 is coming out soon, and that book is going to be amazing. I cannot wait. I have an amazing illustrator named John Shaw. He did the first book, he's doing the second book, and I'm just so excited. But they can go on littleinstrumentals.com, and there's activities. So there's coloring pages, there's like little activity worksheets, and so that's super fun for them to do.
Okay, that's great. That is really great. All right. Well, we're all excited about that. Okay, so is there anything else you'd like to share with us? Something we don't know? We know you love basketball. You love writing.
I do. I also love, I won't say I love running, but I love, like, you know, being active, because it goes kind of hand in hand with basketball and sports. So I love being active. I kind of like have grown more to liking running. It's not like my favorite thing in the world, but I know it's like necessary to, you know, stay and, you know, get in shape and everything. But I'm trying to get to more where I like running more. But also I have Lyric's first comic book. It's called Bye Bye Fear. And that came out as well. So they can find that on the website. So that's all about how fear wants to come in and kind of control things, but we have the choice of what we're going to listen to. Are we going to listen to fear, or we're going to listen to faith instead? And so that's a really cute book. It's not a book, it's a comic book. So it's a little different, but it's super cute, and it has a really nice activity that goes along with that too. So we have a little piano, we have Bye Bye Fear, and we have book 2. It's called The Key of Harmony, that's coming out soon.
Okay, well, we're excited about seeing all of those and reading all of those as well. So I am very excited about having you with us today. And can you give us some more about how we can contact you and find your book?
Sure. So like I said, you can find the book on littleinstrumentals.com. You can also find me on Facebook, my first and last name, or you can check out The Little Piano. There's a whole Facebook page for that. And there's also an Instagram for Little Piano as well. So you can check out, Lyric is always up to something. So you can check her out and see what she's doing.
I love it. I love the name of her name. Okay. All right. So again, we're happy to have you with us today. And I've been excited talking with you about The Little Piano. And I would like our audience to stay tuned, because we have a reading of The Little Piano soon following this particular broadcast. So stay tuned. And Trinity, author Trinity, we will look forward to seeing you again soon, or hearing from you again soon, as we'll be publishing an audio version, an audio book of this, as well as hopefully having a summit where all of the authors will come together, and we'll be able to put something out there for parents to continue to learn and have things that they can outside of the classroom. I know parents are looking for things to do now, or looking for materials now that they're in the home, and a lot of their children are doing online learning. So that will be a big help, I think. That's why I was thinking about the music, because it'll be something that parents could do along with reading to their children that would help cover that particular part of the curriculum. Okay, well, if you don't have anything else you'd like to add to it or tell our parents today, we're going to sign off and listen to you read.
Well, actually, I do have one more thing to say.
Okay.
Well, as you mentioned that, The Little Piano is also available on audiobook. They can find that on Amazon, and it'll be available in Spanish soon too. So,
okay, outstanding. Very good.
So any Spanish people, or if you want to learn Spanish, it'll be in Spanish.
All right, that's absolutely wonderful. So you're covering all the bases that we need to have covered.
Into.
Okay, outstanding. Okay, all right. Well, we will listen to your reading of The Little Piano, and we get hold on, and I'll put that on. This is Noah McLaughlin signing
Thank you so much.
All right. From Noteworthy Podcast, stay tuned.
Hi friends, Trinity Bursey here. I'm the author of The Little Piano, and I brought with me a very special guest, Lyric the Little Piano, and she brought with her a few friends of her own. She brought a snare drum, a violin, a trumpet, a trombone, saxophone, and a flute, and she also brought a really big piano, like you see behind me. And she is the star of my very first book. As you can see, I'm the author, and John D. Shaw was a very awesome illustrator. So let's get started. But before we do, I think Lyric, she feels a little shy sometimes. So I want you all on the count of 3 to say hi, Lyric. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think she feels better now. Let's get started. There once was a town, a quaint little place. It was filled to the brim with great musical taste. As you can see, this town is really special. There's music everywhere. There's music notes in the clouds, even a musical car that's just everywhere is filled with music. It's so awesome. In that quaint little town was a small little shop, and that shop was filled with instruments to the top. Non-stop in the shop did the instruments dream of being fulfilled of a deep-seated need. The deep-seated need did the instruments dream of being played by an artist so sweetly indeed. As you can see, they're in a music shop, and that's where we are right now. You can see we have, what is this? Saxophone, good job. And what is this right here? A guitar, and how about him? A tuba, and these two? Maracas, that's right. And this one? A drum, and we have, it's kind of tricky, recorders in the bottom. Very good, you know your instruments. All right, next page. There were guitars and harps, flutes and banjos, and way in the back was Lyric, the little piano. Lyric was spotless, so glossy and clean, with the most beautiful keys you ever have seen. Today could be the day, said the little piano to the old and trusty fiddle and banjo. I could be whisked away to play beautiful tunes, and my tunes could fill the most elegant rooms. I could tour for years, playing wide, far and wide, while my tunes bring tears to all eyes worldwide. Don't believe the lie, said the wise old fiddle, for the world can be mean, and it can be fickle. Wait for the master musician, wait for his call, for being played by him is the greatest of all. What's Lyric gonna do? What do you think? Will she wait for the master musician, or will she want to leave on her own? Wait for him? Little Lyric steamed. Why, him I have never ever seen, and it's already been day 416. No, for him I will not wait, for my time is now, and he is much, much too late. Just then a lady walked into the shop, and little Lyric her eye did spot. I'll take you, said she, for I have the world to see. And yes, you'll do quite perfectly. Let's see what's going to happen. Her friends don't look very impressed there. Lyric traveled from Bali to Spain. The world she did travel, in sun and in rain. From concerts and showrooms and elegant balls, little Lyric was the star of them all. Wow, you can see she's traveling all over the place. See what's going to happen. But soon the travel was taking its toll, and the chips and scratches were beginning to show. You can see the chips and scratches there. She was let go before the very next show. She was cold and alone with no place to go. So you can see here, I think the lady found a new shinier piano, so Lyric feels like she's kind of like old news now. Oh no, everyone's saying poor Lyric. Oh. So she played in the streets, she played to pass time, where she let out some tunes and took in some dimes. When up walked Mr. Walter T. Slime, who took a look at little Lyric so fine and said, I think that you should come and be mine. It didn't take long for little Lyric to see that life was misery with Mr. Walter T. He tuned her so toughly, it tarnished her strings, and he played her so roughly, it ruined her keys. Oh, everyone say poor Lyric. Remember, we want to use our hands to help and not hurt others, right? So hopefully Lyric can find someone that's going to use their hands to help and be kind to her. Soon her finish was dull, and her petals were worn, and the only tune she played were forlorn. Too deformed to perform, once her time was up, Mr. Walters T. Slime left her in a dump truck. Oh, poor Lyric. So down in the dumps, she couldn't dream much. So down in the dumps, her dream she'd given up. When out of the yuck came the most gentle touch. With eyes of kindness and face of love, the master musician had finally come. But little Lyric was ashamed to be seen, for her finish was tarnished and so were her keys. But the smile he wore on his face didn't leave, for he loved her regardless of rust and debris. You believed you were loved because of what you could do, but simply see that I love you because you are you. Like new, he traded her beauty for ashes and scratches. This love was so deep, so wraithless and matchless. Mending every tarnish and tear with such glee, even tuning her hammers and strings with an ease. You can see right here, he still loves her regardless of how she looks. And you can see in this picture here, he's doing what? Painting her, right? A nice new purple color. And right here, he's polishing her and making sure she's all fixed up. And here he's tuning her, making sure she sounds good as new. With fresh keys, he played her and began to sing, calling her his love and his everything. Everything was made right in his love and his will, for her deep-seated need at last had been filled. She was filled to the brim. She was loved after all, for being played by the master was truly the greatest of all. Aw, yay. The end. Yay, that was a good story. I'm so glad the lyric is all fixed up and she knows, just like you should know, that you're loved just because you are you and you are awesome and amazing. Well, I want to say thank you so much for listening to our story and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.